Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Jean-Luc.
And we are the Wellness Warriors. Woo-hoo. So still the WWE gays, but now
you would have had our logo here, but unfortunately there was a technical difficulty, and we're using our phone that projects the video, unfortunately. But you'll see it next week.
Yes, you'll see it next week. So right now in Facebook, I'm going to share, I already shared the Zoom info in Facebook.
I cannot believe we were 105 people in Zoom already this evening.
And it's going up
and it keeps going up. This is crazy, everybody. We are
flabbergasted.
Completely flabbergasted. But you know what? I can't lie. Guess what it is right now? We are in 2021. So what do all of us end up doing in a new year, right? We all want to make sure we're continuing our journey. Many of us are restarting our journey. Many of us are starting the journey for the very first time.
Yep.
So it's really funny because that's what we're going to be talking about a lot tonight. We're going to be talking about going back to basics, right? And getting back to tracking and getting back to the things that we know help us throughout our journey.
So the first thing we want to kind of talk to you guys about is we both gained a lot of weight through Christmas time.
Yep.
We admitted it. We showed you guys our 2 weigh-ins. Last week we gained 5 pounds. This week we gained 10. We're both up 15 pounds. And a lot of people have been asking on Facebook and saying, how are you guys getting through this? How is it that you guys are just not sabotaging yourself and just saying, this is it, I can't do this? This is not our first rodeo. We planned to indulge at Christmas. We knew coming back out of this that we would gain weight. We prepared ourselves mentally for these gains.
Lying to ourselves by saying, oh, I'm never gonna do anything would have just made it worse. But now we knew it. We knew we were coming out of this going, it's not gonna be what we are expecting on the scale because we were eating things we normally don't eat. So of course, having that mindset there is huge. This would not have been us 2 years ago. No. This would not have been us 3 years ago.
No.
But what this is also showing us is that we want to make a change from what we already did this year because we still realize that we're still not the same people we used to be anymore.
We've realized that feeling full and that gut feeling of feeling full for multiple days just does not feel good for us anymore. And remember, that was always how we used to feel every single day of our life, and now that we don't feel like that all the time, it doesn't feel good anymore. So that's one thing we don't want to do next time.
Exactly. So
less chips.
Less chips.
Yes,
we decided we're not having 7 bags of chips in the house, but we were really good because we staggered them throughout days, and a bag would last into the next day, which again, things we never thought we could do before, but now we can.
Yeah.
But the thing is we're like, why do we need them always in the house? Why can't we, if we want one, go to the store, get one, and bring it home and be done with it, right?
And then the next time we crave it, instead of having them all already here, why not have to go get them or go for a walk to go get them?
Because we know ourselves. What do we do when we go get something sometimes and we actually have to go outside to go get it?
We talk ourselves out of it.
And let's not get it, right? So that mentality as well is really helpful in knowing that it's not something, it's the whole, the difference between necessity and want. You know, needing it and wanting it.
Yeah, exactly. And so for us, that indulgent week is not going to happen again next year. So again, a new lesson learned. We started before Christmas break and we said, we are planning to do this year because we know ourselves. Usually we do free-for-all and we eat too much and it just ends up being a free-for-all. We didn't do that this time. We actually balanced things out a lot. We did some days ate turkey again. Like we actually eliminated some meals, so we did really well. But we know next year we want to change it again. And that's what this journey is about. It means each time you try something, you're like, okay, this didn't really work this time. So maybe next time I'll change it this way because this aspect of it worked really well, but this didn't, so I need to tweak it here.
It kind of sounds like we're always remodeling our journey in some way or another. That's, you know what I mean? Like every single time.
Yeah.
And what happens is, when you start noticing that something is not working for you, that's time to look at it and say, okay, what can I do differently now? That's not going to completely drastically change everything I'm doing, but maybe enhance what I'm already doing. Or maybe make me learn something new or something different. So let's look into some celebrations. I know there has to be some celebrations out there starting the new year, 2021. Let's see what people are saying.
Non-scale victories,
non-scale victories,
holidays,
anything,
things that happen throughout the holidays, anything at all, just please share.
Lynn is down 6.4. That's insane. Congratulations, Lynn. That's phenomenal.
Woo-hoo,
down 0.6, Gwen. I love it.
And Sarah said, happy to be back on track. Down 0.6 for Carol. I love all you people that are down.
Drank 3 liters of water first time yesterday. That's insane.
Rejoin WW.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Happy New Year. Just joined WW for Jennifer.
Closed my rings on my Apple Watch.
The same.
Did my first body. Woo woo.
Love a body. Well, of course. Of course. refocus and what was the other word that came out?
Reignite.
Refocus and reignite.
There's another word coming out tomorrow.
Yes, word 3 coming out tomorrow.
So for us, love seeing these celebrations, and there's a lot of people that are struggling with what they see on the scale because they feel that they failed Christmas. That's what I get the sense of the feedback we've gotten from our video that I've seen today that we posted of our gains, of our 10-pound gains. A lot of people saying, wow, I'm so glad you guys are sharing because it makes me feel less bad about myself. You're not a bad person. You went through Christmas. It is the hardest time of the year not to indulge. It is the hardest time. The second hardest is your birthday. That's the second hardest time of year to not indulge.
And sometimes, even thinking about it, as much as we know we haven't been seeing as many people as we normally would, we are still baking. Yes. And then who else is going to be eating it but ourselves, right? Yeah. We do share as much as we can, but at the same time, it's impossible. We even realized when we were baking, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a lot of food, in that sense. So it was a whole new learning curve for all of us. And again, why dread on the past? Yeah. It's already done, it's over with, now it's a fresh beginning, it's a fresh start.
And that's kind of what we're talking about today. So I will kind of jump into the main topic that we've been posting this week about the diet mentality. And the reason that we brought up this topic this week is because we've realized after doing, first of all, Jean-Luc and I have been dieting our entire life. Show of hands in Zoom right now, who else has been serial dieters for their entire life? And that's the sense. We've been doing this for so long that we've realized that we had a pattern. We always started off, a January, New Year's resolution.
And it was always January.
It was always January.
Because it was the new year.
We would come in gung-ho. We would change every single thing in our life. Yeah. We would go from doing nothing on the couch to running a 5K. We would go from eating shit food. Oops, sorry, wrong word. Crap food. Oops, bleep. Sorry. Crap food.
You can tell he's been on vacation for a week.
Crap food and we would switch completely to vegetables and salads and chicken breasts and nothing really exciting. And then we would last with that for a month or two, and eventually we'd do the same thing all the time. Eventually we'd get bored. We hated doing it, and then the old habits would come back, and then rinse, repeat. We would do that every single year. It was either Weight Watchers. It was we did Self-Beach. We did Atkins. We did detoxes.
Low carb.
No carb. We did all of them. And so what we realized is that cycle repeated itself even when we were doing Weight Watchers. When we started Weight Watchers, we kept the same cycle where every time we would start January, we would join and say, we're cutting all this stuff out. We're not eating all of this forever.
But then we were trying to apply the Weight Watcher tools to it.
Yeah,
which,
time.
That was helping us.
It was helping us.
It was.
Yeah.
But we were still on that diet mentality.
Yeah.
Where, as we realized those diets that we always used to do were a time limit. We'd always think that there was a start and a finish to this diet.
Exactly. So what changed for us was 3 years ago, we actually came back to WW the last time with more of a small achievable goal mentality, which is, I know, funny. I'm laughing because that's what they've been telling us all along. And yes, that's what we had to do to make it work. But we came back the last time with small goals. We didn't come back looking at the 100 pounds. We came back looking at 5 pounds. We came back looking at, I'm not going to run a 5K, I'm going to go for walks at first and try to see how long I can go with the walking and how many steps I can do that. And when that gets easier, then I'll go back to a gym and increase that. We always had a mind of starting small on anything we did and increase it as much as we could along the way. We did do a diet or a detox, and this is why it changed this time. And we shared that in December of 2017. Jean-Luc and I actually had to sit down and had a frank conversation about what we each needed.
And we shared that picture on New Year's Eve this year.
Yeah.
And it was on that December. We had spoken prior, but that New Year's Eve, we looked at each other and said,
we're killing ourselves.
We need to do something. We need to make a change. And no one else is going to make this change but us.
I had to be blunt, everyone. I literally told them, do you want to live 30 years of your life alone? If we're going the way we're going right now, with my blood pressure already being what it is at the age of 34, I will not live past 60 like most of my family. Do you want to be alone for the rest of your life? I had to be blunt. And he didn't want to be alone, so he decided...
I'd already spent 30 years, my first 30 years alone. I was not willing to spend my next. I was not.
And so we had to have the frank conversation that said, okay, I need you to do this for me. And he said, I need you to do this for me.
And we're telling you this because this is something maybe you need to do with the people in your lives. And it's not that they need to be on WW with you, but they need to be along the ride with you. They need to be there to understand you. Some will, some won't.
Yeah.
But to have the conversation
yeah.
and not have an upset, but just explaining.
Why
that is a great
yeah.
start.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the things we all should be doing right now, is talking to people around us and saying, guess what? I'm going to need your support in this because this is something I want to do for me.
So again, the diet mentality, going back to the main topic, is changing the fact that you're no longer setting yourself up for failure at the beginning of your New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
So if you want to live a healthier life, take it in smaller steps. Don't try to start this with changing your life entirely in one day, thinking that you can change all these things, all these habits at once. You need to take things slow.
And I think what ends up happening is we all think we need to change these all at once because we get thrown all of these things all at once. You go to workshops and you start seeing so many different techniques, recipes, and then you're like, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? Then we walk into a workshop, a lot of us, especially our newer members or members who haven't been with WW in a long time, still have that diet mentality because they walk in and they say, okay, so what exactly are you eating and how are you eating and what time are you eating and what foods are you cooking and how are you cooking it exactly to the T? And then
what activity
are you doing? Because I want to do exactly what you're doing because you're doing good and I know you're succeeding.
Because you lost 100 pounds. You have the formula.
You know what to do. But that's a diet mentality. That's thinking that this is a cookie cutter method, that everyone's going to lose weight the exact same way.
I'll just give you guys an example. Look at your own families. Every person in your family, I'm pretty sure all of us have, oh, my sister's always been thin, or my mom's always been thin, had no issues, but my father's always struggled with weight. I struggle with weight too. Why is it that we're in the same family and we can't lose weight the same way? Why do we expect to join WW and think that all of us will lose weight the same way? Our bodies are all different. What we do in terms of what we do to do our journey might work for us, but it might not work for you. But what us sharing the community that the W has, by sharing all of the different things we do, it allows you to hear what everybody's doing and then build your own plan to fit your own life.
And that whole idea that I just spoke about, when you're asking somebody else to copy what they're doing on their journey, that's actually the part that we actually call cheating.
Yeah.
That's us cheating, trying to cheat on the plan.
If you're doing a test, an exam in school,
and someone's looking over your shoulder, right?
You look over someone's shoulder to get the answers. Have you ever learned anything from that?
Right.
So if you had to do the exact same exam again, could you pass?
Probably not.
Probably not. But if you actually learn and try to figure out what works for you without copying someone else,
but taking
you'll learn the
ideas
lessons.
And taking the brainstorm that other people people give you, and applying them over and over
until
and over
one
again,
works for
until
you.
Finally you're like, wow, that clicked. I can do that.
That's what happened to us. So that's why we are telling you this, because our lessons we've learned were years in the making. We struggled for 6 years on Weight Watchers. We were overweight for all of our lives. We struggled this for years. It wasn't until year 6 that we started making things fall into place, and we realized that we had to find what worked for us. We always thought we had to stop nighttime snacking. We always thought that in order to lose weight, doctors say you can't eat at night, and that was the reason why we always were gaining weight and couldn't lose weight. When we came back this time, we said no. We love to snack at night. We have to include it and make sure it's part of our plan. We did. And now we've learned how to snack, and we still to this day snack at night.
And I think we've come to the realization that we understand that we will always be evolving and remodeling our journey. Because we know as we get older, our bodies aren't going to be the same. So doing what we do now in 5 years might not work. We might have to figure out something new routine and figure out the new plan that works for us.
And that's why if you start thinking of your journeys of constant remodel instead of a change, but you're always adapting and figuring yourself out and listening to your body to understand what works for you and what doesn't. And it takes time to develop those skills. I'm not going to say it's overnight. Like we said, 8 years to get to lifetime, 9 years to get to lifetime. It took us a long time. But we learned the lessons along the way, and you will too.
And perfectly honest, I never maintained it for a year. Nope. I maintained it for 9 or 10 months, I think it was. And then I ended up going back up. And I'm okay with that, because guess what? It was me figuring out how I'm going to learn to maintain that weight forever now.
So we wanted to bring that first, that was the gist of the conversation we wanted to bring just quickly for you guys today, because I know a lot of people are starting today, and you're all thinking, I need to get in here, I need to change everything I do, I need to throw all this food out. Take it small steps at a time.
Definitely.
Don't overwhelm yourself. if you're thinking that, tomorrow morning you're gonna wake up 5 a.m., go for a run because that's the best way to lose weight, no. Maybe tomorrow, instead of doing that, go to bed tonight, get a good night's sleep, wake up tomorrow, do your work day, and then afterward go for a quick walk. And that will be your first step towards activity. Don't even do that at work tomorrow during the day if you're in a work meeting. Stand up and walk in your work meeting. Start that as your first step towards your activity. And that's what we're saying about taking small steps. It's insane how these small steps end up rewarding you, because our first activity goals, guys, was 2,500 steps per day.
2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. That was our first step goal. And when we met that, we were so happy that our app had increased us to 5,000 steps a day as our next
And it was that was difficult at times for me.
Yeah.
I was a challenge for me.
Yeah. And so slowly we built that, but being able to reach those goals instead of I want to run a 5K, which takes months to learn, allowed us to feel satisfied constantly along the way. We had little milestones, little levels that we did along the way that made it more enjoyable.
I love what Lisa just said here. She goes, my first few weeks, I always focus on looking at the habits that I had, looking at your habits already. And it's funny because a lot of times we walk into WW and we think, okay, teach me what to do, but we don't even know what we do on a regular basis. So it's hard to then learn new things because we don't know what we do. Because maybe we're already doing things that are right.
Yeah.
We just need to tweak them.
Yeah.
We just need to look at them in a different way.
Yeah.
So it's honestly thinking of opening up your mind and saying, I'm not always going to have to do things the exact same way all the time. I'm in awe right now because we have 132 people in Zoom right now,
which is insane.
Mind-blowing. Because last week was 100, and it went up another 30. So I am.
Thank you so much,
this
everyone.
Is amazing.
But even Facebook is 154.
This is
you guys are
incredible.
amazing. You're making us feel
incredible.
love right now.
I would love to talk to some people.
Yes.
I think
so. In Zoom, if anybody wants to chat, just raise your hand virtually. If you can't raise your hand virtually, try to wave, but I might not see you. So if anybody sees someone wave, just maybe
send us a private message or send us a message if you can. We will definitely try to get through as many people as we can this evening. Love to talk to some new, old, and returning. I don't want to call people old. That's not very nice. I mean returning peeps. We love all of you guys. So who are we going to first?
So we're going to go to Angela first.
Angela.
It's very hard. There's a lot of people, so the screens are moving a lot today. This is a lot harder to take care of when you're... Okay.
And there's like 4 people in the waiting room still. This is crazy!
I'm letting them in now. Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela. How are you? Oh. Okay, just give me 2.
Oh, there you go. 1 second.
1 second.
Our speaker always
does that. When it's not on for a lengthy period of time, it freezes.
My mom today was like, you guys should set up a studio so you don't have to do any of this setup all the time. So
we're like, it could be something that...
Go ahead, Angela. I think we can hear you now.
Hi, guys. It's really nice to finally see you.
Oh, it's great to see
you. Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
So this is my biggest question right now. I was speaking to a couple of the ladies. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to answer this or not, but maybe. And so I was speaking to a couple of the ladies earlier. Like, I became Lifetime 2 years ago, and I was on green the whole time and lost the 50 pounds that I wanted to lose.
Right.
I haven't. The only thing I've really changed in the last year is I probably am not as faithful to drinking my water as I should be, and I obviously had some careless moments along the way also, I'm not gonna lie, but
How dare you?
in the middle of menopause, which has menopauses gained, like I've got 15 pounds back on since being diagnosed with the menopause. Like, would you guys have any suggestions of what I can do differently? I did switch to blue halfway in between of starting menopause. I just felt like I just needed those extra 0 point foods. So I just don't know if that was a mistake on my part or if I should go back to green.
So Angela, the first question I have for you is so the plans all work equally. So for the plans all work equally. The thing that the plans do is they allow you to be more flexible in terms of how you do your 0 point foods or not, and it allows you. It's based on who you are as a person. So each plan works the same way. But I think for you right now is you're saying, your body's going through changes. So like we were just saying a few minutes ago, sometimes things you've been doing for a long time, because your body's changing, you might have to reassess some certain things. So maybe changing your activity up in some way. Like if you're going for a walk, maybe bring an extra weight with you along the way for the walk in your hands. Just something to maybe boost your activity just a little bit. Something else you can do is I don't know, like it's...
The one thing for us is not understanding menopause enough to actually be able to give you like some really good feedback on that, because I've never...
Oh, I see Mel's like shaking her
So Mel, let's bring someone who might be able to help you with that.
Yeah.
Hi, Mel.
Hi, Mel.
Hey guys! So first of all, I have to show you guys this beautiful logo that I just found.
Our new logo, yes, thank you.
Okay, in terms of the menopause thing, all I can say is there's nothing you can eat or not eat, or nothing you can change, and nothing you can do. What happens in your body is out of your control. All you can control is staying on the program and following it to the best that you can, and not to use, oh, I'm going through menopause, I can't, it's not gonna work for me. You just have to continue on day by day and do what is right in the program and follow it perfectly. And what happens in your body is totally out of your control, and don't let that get you down. Eventually it will all balance out, but just keep with the program, because there's nothing you can eat and nothing you can't eat and nothing you have to change differently because you're going through it. You just have to keep going. That's all you can do.
Thanks, Derek.
I like that. I really love that idea of understanding that even, and I get it, Angela, because in your mind you're like, I want to get back to my weight. I want to get back to my weight. And I think another thing maybe keep in mind now, look at this as being no longer about being a weight thing, but wanting to be healthy and wanting to be well. And maybe by picking certain foods, it might help you at least go through your menopause differently. And when you start seeing the foods that you're eating might change your symptoms and might be able to make you feel better in the long run. Mm-hmm. And then you'll start realizing, well, wait a minute here, the scale is changing as well because I made these changes.
And another thing too that I always share this with, because I had to change my goal weight. My original goal weight used to be 164 pounds. I made it there once, February 2019, but I couldn't stick to it because it was too hard for me to maintain. So sometimes also re-examining your goal weight might be also another option. If you feel that if you're feeling so discouraged that you're working so hard to get to a number, but you're so comfortable in your skin as you are as it is, why fight for a number that's not really relevant? It's about how you feel and how healthy you feel in your body. And if your doctor says, your current weight when I was perfect, so you're good at what you're at.
And I want to say something. I think people automatically think, if I change my goal weight, that means I'm going to have to keep that one forever. No. If you change your goal weight and you get to that goal weight and then eventually you decide, wait a minute here, my body's changing again and I can lose more. You go get your goal weight changed again.
Yeah.
And as long as you're talking to your doctor about that and you're making that decision.
Your doctor, they're going to let you, WW will follow the doctor's advice.
We'll follow what your doctor's advice is.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Nice seeing you, Angela.
You guys do.
My goodness, I can't believe how many hands are up right now. It's crazy.
I know. So I'm going to go to Lisa next.
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
How are you? Where are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're great. Where are you from, Lisa? We're going to start asking everybody.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, wow. Cool. Welcome.
Bridget,
I
too.
just wanted to introduce myself and say that I was on Weight Watchers once about 8 years ago and lost a considerable amount of weight, and then I quit. And now I've put back on most of the weight plus some. And I just started on Christmas Day.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo, welcome.
I love that you started during the holidays. I think that's so funny because I saw so many people posting, I'm going to wait till January 1st, which I'm not judging anyone for doing that. I get it. Everybody has their own way of thinking of that.
Yeah.
But like for those of you who start on a holiday, good for you, because it's saying, you know what, I'm going to try, I'm going to see what this is all about anyways. Because there's no difference in starting on any day you start. Because
and Ellen from Delaware did say there's a lot of frequent flyers here.
Yes.
This is our 6th time, so our 6th repeated time. So I'm pretty sure everybody in chat could put all their numbers in there. I'm pretty sure there's not many ones in that chat right now if everybody shared their numbers truthfully. So don't worry, you're among friends.
wonderful. I look forward to working with you guys. I'm really excited to meet you.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks.
It was great meeting
And
you
meeting
too,
you
Lisa.
too.
Thanks for coming on tonight.
Awesome.
Hey, it's so cool to meet new
It's so
people.
cool to meet new people because it's, you know
And
what?
again, we just want to make sure we remind people too. We are not WW coaches. We
Yes.
are 2 members. We are ambassadors.
We're
We
very
just-
enthusiastic about the
We
program.
love WW. We love the program. We love what it's done for us as far as our mental health, as far as our
lives.
how it's changed our lives as well.
Yeah.
And it's really allowed us to grow as 2 individuals, which we never thought we were going to be able to do. And we never ever thought that we'd have 140 people in a Zoom room wanting to speak to us and
Yeah.
wanting to hear us speak and wanting to ask us questions. We are in awe right now.
So I'll go next to Marlene. Hi, Marlene.
Hi, Marlene.
Hi guys.
How
How's it
are
go-
you?
how's it going?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, to you too.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I really admire you both for being so honest and sharing about your journey and the ups and downs. And I want to share something too. You know, all the years passed, and I'm always going to start my diet on January 1st or 2nd. And these past 2 years, I didn't do that. I was losing the first last year, so I was still on plan January 1st. And then this year, I've maintained, I'm actually below my goal, and I even had traditional foods, and I tracked them, and I enjoyed them, and I just want to say that you guys have helped me do that too. Like to be mindful of everything you're doing and what you're putting in your mouth. Anyway, I just say I love you guys, and I really, really enjoy your meetings and just being part of your group. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marlene.
Thanks, Marlene. And we love hearing that. You know what? This group is more than just a group. This group is a family, and
It keeps us going. Like you guys keep us going all the time. Like we always say it's a little selfish of us because we use you guys to make us keep trying to keep our weight down.
But you know what though? I love
But I
that
think it's
I'm
vice
not.
versa.
I don't. When I tell you guys I gained weight, I know none of you are judging me. None of you are saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe him." Oh my God, this. I know none of you are doing that. And
Well,
if
even
you are,
if they are,
if you are, guess
who cares?
what? You're allowed to have that
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
You're completely allowed to have that opinion, and that's
You
okay.
guys are great.
But
You're
I think that's what's been so important to us is being as honest as we possibly can and letting you know that guess what? Even though we were successful, even though we gained, we are still successful.
Yeah.
No matter what, success is always part of
Tonight's
this journey.
dinner was hot pasta
Hot
with
pasta?
some ground turkey and vegetables.
And it was yummy.
And it was 3 points and it was delicious.
It
And
was
so
delicious.
we're right back to it. The only thing we haven't done is activity because, like
Yeah.
I said earlier, Jean-Luc hurt his leg 2 days ago.
And it's so funny. My fog. This right now has defogged me a lot right now already.
because again, the community helps us.
Seeing
As
your
much
your
as-
faces, seeing 141 people in here today has just made my year already, and
Yeah.
it's only January 4th.
Yeah.
So I can only
We've
think,
come a long way, baby.
I can only think it's not even 4th; it's the 3rd today. I
Yeah.
think, at January 3rd, and all I can say is that the year can only get better from
Yeah.
this. Like it can't get. It's already amazing. So like, what else is going to happen? This is
Yeah.
going to be a year we're all going to learn about ourselves. We learned about ourselves last year, and we're going to keep learning about ourselves this year.
Thank you so much, Marlene.
Thanks, Marlene.
Love
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
So we have Carrie next. And I see Gwen's hand up. So it's Gwen, I see your hand up, so I'll make sure to come to you at one point, okay? Poor Gwen, she's like, my hand, my
It's
arm.
good exercise.
It's good exercise.
Yeah, just keep going back and forth though.
Go ahead, Carrie. Sorry.
Hi.
Hi, Karen.
I don't think I've actually really ever talked to you guys before, but it's thank you for being on and being honest. That's really great. Actually, I think it was just a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember. I wish I could. Jean-Luc said something that changed my mindset, and yes, you made me cry. I have had moments. It was renovating your kitchen and how you feel when you renovate. And we are in the process of renovating right now. And how we can renovate our bodies and our minds, and without tearing up and saying how much that changed my whole thinking attitude towards things was just, and you know what? I came on 2 minutes before you said it.
It's like you were meant to hear it.
Coming on to listen to the Fireside, and I just caught it right at the right time. It was just perfect. It was meant to be.
It's funny that you say that, Carrie, because when I thought of that during a workshop, I don't know what happened. I was just like, everyone in that workshop was talking about that word change and how they hated that word change. And I was even saying it over
There's
and
so
over
many
in
ways,
my
there's
head.
changes you can do that are fun. So why are we looking at changing stuff for our bodies in a negative way? And we have to embrace the change, because if you think that you're going to come to any wellness journey that you're going to go on, whatever one you're going on, if it's a mental wellness journey, if you're not willing to change something or learn something new, you're not going to change in any way. You're not going to adapt and be able to transform into the direction.
Well, there's no
right?
evolution.
There's no evolution.
Right? If nothing is different, nothing evolves. It stays the same. And we're obviously, everybody here wants something wants to do something different.
And I'm glad you're here. You actually came and chatted with us today, because I know it's been a while. So I was like, it's fun seeing a lot of you, a lot of old faces again tonight too. So I won't lie. It's like, oh, they still like us. Honey. They still like us. They came back.
I've never left. I've always just kind of stayed in the little dark and watched, and
you know what
kept going. So
you know what I'm loving? I'm loving that we're bringing out courage in people.
Yeah.
Because so many people are now willing and
to
feel
share
more comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
And that's what really helped us.
Yeah.
Sharing in our groups and raising our hand and talking really helped us realize that by sharing our story and sharing our struggles, it made us let them go. It made us release them. It releases that stress.
Even, like with me, I live out in the country, so I don't get to go to a workshop, sort of say, like, because like it being in the city and stuff.
Right.
So you guys have been my workshop. So it's been.
We're honored when we hear that.
You guys have no idea. Like it's you guys have changed perspective. I'm like, my weight might not be moving too much, but my mindset, my goal set has totally changed, and everything will just fit in the right time.
That's what you need to focus on, and I love that you just said that right there. Things will fit into place when they need to fit into place, and it might throw you off for a little bit, but when it does, you'll just make it work, because that's what you have to do, right? And
I'm excited for a body tomorrow.
Woohoo! Love it! Yay!
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Carrie.
Carrie. Nice seeing you.
Thank you, guys.
So next we'll go to Gwen, because Gwen was like having her hand up there for a second. There you go. Hi, Gwen.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good. How are you
doing?
Good. I just wanted to say that, this time around, because of you guys, it's kind of changed my perspective on how this is a life choice. It's not a diet, it's a life choice. And it's something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and it's something that I need to maintain for the rest of my life. So it's been like a huge aha moment, because I've been really thinking about it, because you do your New Year's resolutions and all that, and I wasn't going to do that, and that's not what I'm going to do, but I'm trying to think of, why is this working for me this time? Why am I not panicking when I'm up 5 pounds, or, but it's always Monday.
And you know what? And Gwen, you have like, that's the thing. And I think a lot of workshops were saying this quote this week, and I love it. And it's we always worry so much about what's between Christmas and New Year, when we should be worrying what's between New Year and Christmas. And I love that saying, because as much as a lot of us want to keep our control during Christmas time, it's also the time of year where almost all of us have something that comes out of the woodwork that we love, that we don't get to have all the time. And that's why it's very hard to control yourself at that time of year. So we've always tried to.
And it's also an emotional time.
We've always
of year
tried
too for
to and failed miserably each time. So we learn from that, saying, again, we always tell you guys, any outcome to something that is a negative, we remove. So when we come to the Christmas time frame, we say, no, we're going to indulge. And we know we're going to gain weight after it, but right in January, we're going right back on track and we're doing right back what we were doing before. It means that by the time we get to this point with a 15-pound gain that we've had, we're not mad at ourselves. We had fun for a week and a half. We enjoyed every morsel of it.
And not gonna lie, we enjoyed the food, but hated how we felt.
Exactly.
We loved the food, but hated how we felt.
And so starting tomorrow, we're going right back to full tracking. Everything, our meals are going back. We're going to start doing activity full force again. And
I'm not going full force on activity.
No, he's not.
My leg hurts.
Yeah.
I will do the activity I possibly can.
Yeah.
My mindset now is that 15 pounds, I've already taken it off before. I can do it again.
Yeah.
I can do it again.
The first time I lost all my weight, I basically did it with no activity.
Right.
And this time around, I've been slowly trying to change that. And I'm like you, Nicholas, I hate going outside in the cold. I really hate that. So this time, I love to dance. So and COVID, I'm here with my cats, just me and the cats. Nobody else around to see me, so I quite often crank up the tunes and dance because I love to dance. Or my sister was laughing at me when she was here because she came downstairs. I'm doing laps around my main floor. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm getting in my steps."
Yepers. Hey, I remember.
I didn't want to go outside because we did a couple of times for the dogs and that, but
we did the same thing at the beginning of our when we need to get up.
It's so good, and I just wanted to say because of you guys, you taught me some of that.
We're glad we were able to give you some tools and give you the confidence that you needed, because all I think it is you believed in yourself, which I don't think you maybe did before. You're now believing in yourself that you can do it, and that's huge. So giving someone, allowing yourself to believe in yourself is the biggest gift you could give yourself.
So Zoom, FYI, our laptop is acting up. So if you guys see us disappear on Zoom, we will be right back. We have another machine already set up right there in case. So we're just warning you because we can see all your screens are freezing on us.
Yeah.
We're not sure if you guys can still hear us on Zoom right now. Do you want to check on there, see if they can check on there?
Yes.
Please. So just check to make sure that they can hear us.
Hello, can you guys still hear us?
Do you guys still hear us on Zoom right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's still... Okay, so you guys are slowly coming back on. Our laptop has been acting up recently, so we apologize for that.
You want to make her host, she says?
Yeah, I'll make Rosie host right now so that in case we get booted out.
So we're just having some technical difficulties with our laptop right now.
And it's really hard to find people.
And now there's so many people that we can't find Rosie. Rosie, where'd you go? It's like I felt like I'm playing Where's Waldo, but it's Where's Rosie?
So I made Rosie host. So our laptop is still acting up. So we will switch to here. Just go to here. Just start talking there, and I'll turn this off here.
Hello, everybody. I'm gonna bring this here so that way you can see us still. The laptop is still working though. That's the funny part. Well, it's not working very well. We're restarting the laptop. Sorry about that, everybody. You guys can still hear us. Thumbs up for hearing Jean-Luc right now, if you can hear me or not.
Oh, you're muted on there right now.
Am I muted on
there?
there?
You're connected to the... No, Jean-Luc, what are you doing?
I know.
There we go. Call on Jeanette. Yeah. Okay, unmute us. Or ask, okay, Rosie to unmute us.
Hi, everyone. Rosie. I'm going to take over while Nick and Jean-Luc, because I know they're dealing with their stuff.
I guess she's...
I don't know if they want me to do.
Hey guys, we're back. We got ourselves hooked up on the iPad. So thankfully we were able to make the adjustments quickly this time. So we're hoping our laptop reboots up at some point because it's still kind of. So Jean-Luc, you want to talk to the next person?
Yes, definitely. Let's bring the next.
So I'll give you the next person, which is. It's a little harder on the iPad.
On the iPad.
So let's do Arlene. Arlene, there we go.
Hi, Arlene.
And I'll fix this while you're talking.
Hey there.
How are you?
So I've been jotting down things. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
we can hear you.
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I'm just putting the volume up. Just.
So I've just been jotting some. Oh, yeah, I see myself on the big screen.
yeah.
Okay, I've been jotting some things down as people have been talking. So my purpose here is. Oh, sorry. My purpose
here is to maybe provide something that some people can learn from my experience.
Love it.
So there's a few things I learned over the holidays. Janet's not on here right now, but I realized it this morning too on her workshop. A real game changer for me over the holidays was the fact that
my holidays actually started December 11th.
Right.
And, oh, there's a delay there. Sorry. So my holidays started December 11th with Hanukkah. And I have been indulging every week. What I learned was I can indulge and I can still lose weight. And this is real. But it was a very planned indulgence. I had my overindulgent days, which were borderline binging, but those only happened twice, I would say, over the month. Then I had my indulgent days where I indulged and I was just out of the healthy eating zone. My goal every week was to stay 6 out of 7 days within the healthy eating, and I'll explain. When you have your daily points, you can be 10 points below your daily points up to approximately 8 points above. As long as I was in that range, I was happy. And I tracked everything. If there's one tip I could tell new people here, is that tracking really works because it makes you accountable to yourself and it makes you aware of what is going in your mouth.
It's true.
It's
I
true.
didn't say I was going to get back on track in January. That wasn't my goal. The day after Christmas, I was back on track. After I was at 150 points for Christmas. Same with New Year's Eve day. I was back on track New Year's Day, the day after. So nothing was off the table. I didn't get rid of any of my treats. They go to the basement. They were all frozen. And my husband is my NSV. He portions them out for me. And during the less indulgent days, I would still have a Lindor or a Ferrero Rocher for 2 or 4 points or whatever it is. The plan works if you stick to it and you indulge mindfully.
And that's the key, guys. And it's indulging.
Nothing's off the table.
Yeah, nothing's off the table.
Questions that I ask myself that you helped me with. Can I do this forever? And is this sustainable?
Yeah.
Those are 2 very, very key questions. That's what I wanted to share. I didn't get rid of my treats, is what I'm saying. They're all still here in the house, in the basement.
And I love how you said that, Arlene. I love how you created a plan and you actually did this whole plan and you did it following the foundation of WW. And you basically lived your everyday life throughout the holidays.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's one of the things. Like a lot of people look at our 15-pound gain as like, oh my God, you guys just let yourself. Because we've had people comment, wow, I would not be able to fathom that. But we chose to do this. We planned to do this. Just like Arlene planned her indulgences. Just like we all did our own thing. And so if you know the outcome you're expecting and you're okay with that outcome, then you're fine with it. And same with Arlene. She planned out how she wanted to do her holidays, and she said she started early, so you had to plan even longer than we all had to.
And Janine asked, how do you stop from binge eating your snacks? We create boundaries. We create a boundary around it where you're only allowed to have.
That's what I have a boundary rule.
Yeah. Like, for example,
rule, I'm not allowed to eat. Sorry. I was going to say, I have a boundary that I created in December. I'm not allowed to eat any indulgences in the basement where all the treats are. I have to eat upstairs. I'm in a bungalow. And by doing that, I give control go to my husband to bring up my indulgences. So I want a huge support system.
But that's a huge thing too, is the fact that you have that support, that he's behind you, and he knows also that you know when he says something to you, it's not because he's trying to nag you, he's trying to support you.
Yeah.
That's a huge part too.
Yeah.
Making sure we realize that when people are saying, "Oh, are you sure you want that?" If you ask them to do that for you and you
don't
say,
get mad.
"Ah!" Dude, you can't do that.
You can't get mad because you asked them to do it.
You ask them to do it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to say thank you for making me realize
He
I
asked-
don't need it.
He asked me if I have enough points for the
Love that. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's amazing.
Thank you so much, Arlene.
Thanks, Arlene, for sharing. Those are great things. And Arlene actually brought something up real quick that I want to talk about. And we talked about it in a workshop. The whole idea of deprivation and depriving ourselves so much that, you know what deprivation leads to? Binging.
Yeah.
Deprivation leads to binging every single time for us. As soon as we deprive ourselves from having something all the time, when we have it, we can't control it. And then it goes into eating everything else.
Yeah, and this is something, a pattern that we've noticed for anything. It doesn't have to be, it can be any single food there is out there. If we deprive ourselves of that food for too long, eventually we can't control ourselves and we end up going back to the same food, and then when we have it again, we just gorge ourselves until the point where we can't even breathe anymore.
Exactly.
So if you can learn some way to include those foods you love in your journey so that you don't feel like you're getting rid of them.
Or finding something that can replace it.
Yeah.
That you don't need it anymore.
The example I always use is poutine. I love poutine. It's very fattening. For those who don't know what it is, our American friends, it's fries, cheese, and gravy. Nothing healthy in that meal, but I love it. But you can't tell me I'll never have it again. So we created a home version of it with carrots, carrot fry poutine. And so we have that sometimes when I have the craving. I also have a rule that I'm allowed to have one regular one at a restaurant per month. Again, a guideline that tells me that so what happens now is when I go to a situation where I see there's a poutine, I have it. If the month isn't done, I don't go, oh, I have to have one again. I know I'll actually pass up poutines now because I know, you know what? I know there's one next month I'm gonna have, and that one's gonna be amazing because I'm gonna plan for it. It'll be the best one I can get myself to have that.
Another thing to think of is pre-tracking your snacks, so you know your snacks are already inside your tracker ahead of time.
If your most important meal of the day is your glass of wine, if that's your most important meal of the day, make it part of your plan
part
today.
of your meal. I hope that's not all you're eating. I hope you're eating more than a glass of wine.
Donna's saying yes, I agree. But it's true. Yeah. It's funny, guys. But we said earlier, diet mentality. We come into this thinking I need to get rid of everything and I'm never going to do this again.
Let's talk to someone, honey. We've got a lot of hands up.
I know, but
I know.
just saying something.
I know. I want to talk to Lindy.
Okay.
You're not nice.
Hi, I'm not nice. Hi, Lindy.
Hi.
Sorry, there's a delay.
Good.
How are you?
Good. I haven't been on in a while, and I'm just slowly getting back on track. And I got an exercise step for Christmas, so I'm very excited about it. And I know that you guys do the exercise with the step. Is that a body, or is there another one that you follow with it?
This is, so the step class we do is Les Mills On Demand. It's an app that you can actually download. They have a lot of classes. They have also Body Step, Body Attack, Body Flow, which is like a yoga type class. They have Body Combat, which is like kickboxing. So it's all class-led, it's all videos that are led by instructors. The cost is $24 a month. So we pay that subscription instead of our gym now, because our gym used to cost us $900 a year for the two of us. So now we're paying $24 a month and we're working out at home doing the same amount of workouts as we're doing. You have a cat who wants to get on camera. So that's the class. So it's called Body Step from Les Mills. So you just need to look that up on your phone, Les Mills On Demand, and you can look it up. And I think there's a 30-day trial. They might even have a longer trial.
30-day
yeah, they have a trial right now. So, and our favorite Body Step classes are 101, 118, and 119.
Okay, perfect.
And if you do...
You guys have referral codes?
Sorry, what?
We don't have a referral code, no.
No, we don't, no.
But also, if you want to try something out too, Lindy, I would look for beginner step class on YouTube. You might be able to find some on there just to get you used to using the step.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Lindy.
Nice chatting with you.
I'm going to try to switch back to the laptop. So
Okay.
if you want to talk about something else we did on our list, and I'll switch it back.
Sure. Hi. Hi, Paige. She's so big. I remember Paige a couple years ago and she was teeny weeny and she's such a big girl now. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love how children always get older, but we stay the same age.
Yeah, right.
I never age. Although I'm like, my beard is white now. It's crazy. I feel like if I could grow one, I'd look like Santa. So yes, another thing actually, one of the coach mentioned the other day at a workshop, and I love it. Her name was Nina, and we were in the States. And she said this, and it made me really think. We all, all these companies have these CEOs, right? They have these CEOs that run the company. So consider yourself, you're the CEO of your own body. So you get to control everything that comes in, comes out. What you not only take through your mouth, but what you take through your eyes, through your ears. Think of all of that information.
1 second.
I was told to hold off a second. Sorry.
So give me 1 second, guys. I'm just disconnecting audio from here.
After these messages, we'll be right
and
back.
I'm unmuting us here. Okay, let's try this.
Are we back?
So let me undo this too. Okay, you can go.
Can you hear us? So yeah, I love that whole concept of considering yourselves the CEO of your body and making sure you realize that you have the control. And part of that control is learning your saying yes and saying no, and realizing that this is not going to always be roses and it's not always going to be easy, but you can just keep going and keep moving on. Gwen said it earlier, like if you just believe in it and you think you know what your capabilities are at this point in time, and you need to just keep believing in yourself.
So we have Nisha up next. Hi, Nisha.
Hi guys.
Hi, how are you?
So nice to meet you. I heard about you through Antonetta, who I love.
Love her too.
How can you not love
One
Antonetta?
thing that I wanted to say was, I come from a culture where my parents were born and brought up in India, and then they moved to Canada. So you can understand, I come from a culture where food is a big deal. Like, every time you go to somebody's house, like if I would visit, it'd be like, if you didn't take food from somebody when they were offering it to you, it was almost like you were offending them. That's what I remember from visiting. But one of the other things that I also know about our culture is there's a lot of judgment in the Indian culture. There's a lot of from the smallest things to the biggest things. And for me to find a group where I'm welcome as somebody who's a minority, somebody who also has I have a learning disability, so to be accepted, and for you guys who are also you're open about your relationship, you're open about your life journey. I find that very inspiring because I draw inspiration from other people. So I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad also to have found a body, because I know that I'm totally accepted for who I am, and I'm excited to really start on this journey. I've done it multiple times, but I'm excited to
I think I need a passport.
Take the step, 2021 being the year that I concentrate on me.
And you know what? You will, Nisha, because you're here. You will concentrate.
You're
on
already in that whole mindset by the way you're talking right now. And you know what? I love that you've identified and even saying, even as a part of your culture, being in a minority culture, who, you know what? In every single culture, we face diversity and challenges. We do. Like even we've spoken about it in the gay community. Body shaming is huge amongst the gay community. It's sad, and we label ourselves in the gay community according to animals, and we've talked about this before. And it's really it's unfortunate that creates such a negative impact on how we feel about ourselves. So instead of looking at that, we need to create communities that celebrate our differences and
that's
celebrate.
That's why we created the Wellness Warriors group. That's what we're calling it that now. That's why we created it, because we wanted a home where people could come and be themselves and just feel comfortable and just be able to share their journeys, because that's what this is about. Like when you're struggling and you come on and you send a message, and we don't have time to answer everyone, so we apologize if you don't have time to answer, but we see everybody else answer and support each other, and that's what we wanted to build. We wanted to build a community where if one person comes on and says, I need help, someone else will be like, hi, I'm here to help you today. And that person who needed help that day could be the next one in 2 days that needs help, and somebody else will come and help them. And that's
we are firm believers that we do not have all the answers.
No, we do not.
We are not professionals. We are not specialists.
We just play it on YouTube.
We play doctors on YouTube. Like, don't ask for my credentials because, like, I don't got any. I don't.
Dr. Nick.
But you know what? McDreamy and McSteamy. I know. I'm just joking. I'm joking. We wish. But when I think about it, it's one of those things that, and it's what we've created is this environment where people know. I can tell anybody if someone sends me a message and I don't know an answer. I would like post it in the group. Someone will give you at least. Lead you down the path that might help you find the answer you're looking for.
Oh, by the way, sorry, Nisha, but Lindy, someone on YouTube said, go on YouTube and search for Reebok step classes. There are a few online that are free. So apparently Reebok step class on YouTube. So thank you for sharing that.
So look at how, look at what Nisha, even what Nisha just said. By Lindy speaking up and asking, and then all of a sudden, somebody from a whole other platform was able to give her some suggestions. So never be afraid to raise that hand, ask, and seek clarification.
And thanks for joining us, Nisha.
I'm so glad you're here, Nisha. Oh, it's great meeting you too.
Okay, and I think we have somebody else, Anne.
Anne. Yes, you. She's pointing towards me.
Hi. Me. Okay. So I love you guys. I've been on this program before. And I've lost track of how many times because I kept paying but ignored the app.
Yep.
So you're welcome, WW.
Guilty! Guilty!
The question that I've had is, so this year I've tried, it's been 4 days. So I want to get to the Wonderland. I want to be able to post those before and after pics, and I want to be comfortable in my body. I do want to be a good example for my children. I want to be just really the comfort of my own body is a big thing because I do have a wonderful husband and my friend circle and stuff like that. But I seem to lose 25 to 30 pounds and then I quit, or I just stopped using the app. So I try to find out why am I doing this or what's my trigger, and I can't seem to pinpoint it. So I want to know if you have tips and tricks on how do I prevent myself from either derailing or whatever.
So I'll say one thing first, just one thing first. So if any of you guys are trying to refocus your journey, we started reposting in our Facebook group every day. We're reposting old videos that we've released about our journey. A lot of these videos will walk you through a lot of the stuff we had to figure out to get to where we're at today. So we won't be able to give you the full information in one quick session, but if you see any of those posts this week, we're building actually a curriculum. We'll be honest, guys. You guys are guinea pigs. We're building a curriculum for new members. People who want to enhance their lifestyle and want to change, they want to change their life. We're creating a list of videos that people can then start watching to guide them what they need to do to change their life. And so we're using our bank of videos to do that. So if you see those videos, Anne, I would encourage you to watch those. And now go ahead.
Yeah, the one thing, Anne, you said something is I want to hit Wonderland, and I want to be that person that loves my body and that loves myself. And I'm going to tell you this right now. That's where you need to do today is love yourself today, right now, the way you are. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you right now. Is it's going to be hard because I know you deep down inside you're probably thinking, yeah, that's not something that I was expecting for you to tell me right now. But yeah, that's what you have to do. The first thing you have to do is start looking at where you are right now and what is good about the things that what you feel good about yourself. Why you feel good about yourself.
Another thing that you'll want to concentrate on, which is coming up in the next few days, will be your why.
Your why.
It's a very important thing to work on, and we can't stress this enough. We did not succeed till we actually had a why that was, and I hate to say it, worthy of the work. I think that's every why is worthy, but for you as a person, you have to find the why that will say, oh my God, I have to do this, otherwise this is going to happen. I won't be able to do this, or this won't be happening for me. That's where you have to get to be able to really want to concentrate on. I was guilty of doing the same thing you do, Anne. I used to join every January with Jean-Luc. Our first 4 years, I would lose 30 pounds each time and gain it back. He would lose more each time. He would lose 30, 40, 50, 70, and then he would gain all his weight back because I would give up. I would actually get to 30, and because the weight would stop coming down and he was still losing, I'd get discouraged and I'd just stop. And because I would stop, he'd quit too, and then we'd just go back to old habits. Don't stop. What we have to tell you is, if you get to the 30 pound range and you say, oh, I want to indulge today, and you do, forgive yourself the next day and track
go back again.
And then if you do again, another week you eat a ton of food, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Don't worry about it. The next week, just try again. Because what happens is that when you get to that 30 pound mark is when you start getting tired of the program. It's the moment in time you're like, oh my God, I've been doing this for so long, I'm tired, I want to be, and what you end up going is that you end up thinking that I need to be on or off 100%.
Leslie has it right there, and I love this. This is all about words, right? Stop means I'm done. Pause means I'm taking a pause. I might not be as on fast forward anymore, or even think about slowing it down instead of thinking full force.
Yeah.
We've always said this. The moments where you want to give up on your journey are the moments you should be trying 12 times harder to keep going. Not to change what you're doing, but to keep doing what you're doing.
And Glenda says that we always say the same thing. It's trying your best every day, not being perfect every day. Because we were always trying to be perfect. We would join low carb diet, right? And then we'd say no carbs for 3 months. We'd be great for 3 months, and after a month and about 3 months, then we'd be like, oh, I want pasta. Then we'd go down the path of getting as much pasta as we could, then we would fall off and we'd go gain back all our weight. Next year we'd come back, oh, we're gonna do this diet. We're gonna do so well. And then the same thing would happen each time. When we learned that being on W meant that some days we're not 100%, but some days we are, that's okay. You're still on plan. You're still doing the best you can.
Always remember, 0 is better. 1 is better than 0, 5 is better than 0, 10 is better than 0. So as long as you're still in that mentality, when you're even not thinking of wanting to be on program, as long as you're still thinking, okay, guess what? I know I can get back to it. I know I'll get back to it. And keep telling yourself, or I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing. I might not be as precise, but doing something is better than nothing. Hope that helps, Anne.
Thank you so much, Anne. So we are out of time. We're actually over time already. So everybody else in Zoom, we will get back to you right after we go offline. So we see Susan, Bridget, Scott, and Devin. So we will come back to you guys right after we turn off all the other stuff. But we'll close off for Facebook and YouTube tonight. So there's a lot of stuff coming up. You guys have seen some words appear on social media. You know, something about the power of 3 and Antonetta and
Jean-Luc and Nick.
So there is something being announced on Tuesday. So tomorrow will be another word revealed, and on Tuesday the big announcement will happen. There's also, Antonetta is going to be a special guest next Sunday on our live show. So if you want to see Antonetta, she will be here on Zoom with us next week. We'll be having a chat with her. And then we will be joining a body
on Monday.
On Monday, the 11th of January. So we're going to be doing that together. Next Saturday, so yesterday, our video came out for a Frappuccino, a caramel Frappuccino. And throughout the video, Jean-Luc saying, it's such a nice summer drink. And he's wearing his sleeve shirt. You guys are probably watching going, what is this video coming out at this time of the year for? Well, see what happens, guys, is throughout the months, we film things sometimes that we can't release because either an event happens or something happens that we can't make the video come out at the right time. So right now we're doing that. We're getting rid of all our old videos. This Saturday's video, it was filmed March 11. That's coming out this Saturday. It was our favorite things for Flat Out Wraps. We actually thank Paula on that video for getting us those wraps. Months later, she finally gets her thank you on camera.
We no longer have those wraps.
We ate them already. But you'll see the next few weeks, a lot of our newer videos that come out will be a lot of older stuff that we're trying to get through. Because this month, like I said a few minutes ago, we are doing the Back to Basics videos. We are taking all our videos we've done. We've actually went through every single one we've done, documented what the comments or the topics were about, and then try to create a curriculum for you guys. So every day this week, I will be posting every day a picture from one of those videos and saying, watch these videos if you're looking for help on your why, help on creating rules and guidelines.
And again, a lot of these videos have a lot of the same content throughout them, but somebody might say something, again, that might change your perception on how you look at your own journey.
Exactly. So that's coming out this month, every day this month except for weekends, because we're not going to be posting those on the weekends. And then we also have we have workshop visits this week. So we're going to
North Vancouver, BC tomorrow, Monday.
With Emily. Tuesday we're in Stewart, Florida.
On Wednesday we're in Winnipeg.
On Thursday, we're in St. Catharines, Ontario.
We have no workshops on Friday.
Saturday, we're in Smyrna, Georgia, Old Town, Virginia, Bel Air, Maryland, and Middletown, New Jersey. The first few places we've never been to before, so all new.
And then on Sunday, we're in Stuart, Florida, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, Modesto, California, and Hawaii!
We're trying to live our vacation,
I really want to be in Hawaii, though.
I want to be the real Hawaii, though.
I want to be.
Oh well.
And that's the one spelled with a B.
I know. So again, thank you so much for joining
Brenda.
us.
Look at Barbara. Barbara's got the beautiful beach behind her.
Yeah, she does.
Jealous.
So again, Facebook group, Wellness Warrior Peeps. Just look for it on Facebook.
Yes.
Join it. We're almost at the 5,000 member
We
mark.
are almost there. So
for the
there will
contest.
be 2 Yum and Yummer cookbooks drawn for
Soon. We're almost
very
at 5,000.
yes.
So awesome. Facebook page. Just look for Jean-Luc and Nick, the Wellness Warriors. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, and Connect.
At the WWE Gays.
One handle. We fixed them all.
Oh.
And you know what, guys? It's been so much easier for me this week to do all this stuff. I just have to write it once. Done. So much easier for me.
It's as
efficiency.
Exactly. And then our website also is www.wwgays.com. And for our recipes, it's www.gays.com/recipes.
Our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 91152 Bayview Village, Willowdale, Ontario, M2K 2Y6.
And our email address is www.gays@gmail.com.
See you next week.
Happy New Year,
Same
everybody.
bad time, same bad channel.
And don't forget to refocus and reignite. I always forget that one. And